Hi, in this video you will learn how to customize the details of a login and logout process for Spring Boot applications using Spring Security APIs. I am Nam Haming from CodeJava.net. Spring Security APIs is highly flexible. It allows programmers to customize various details of the login process, including login page, login processing URL, default success URL, failure URL, success forward URL, failure forward URL, success handler, and failure handler. And for logout, you can also customize the logout URL, logout success URL, logout success handler, and logout link. I'm going to use an existing Spring Boot project to show you how to customize login and logout details. You see, this is a Spring Boot project in Spring Tools with IDE Product Manager. And in this project, it is already using Spring Security for the login and logout process. And you can see it's a Spring Security configuration file here. And you can see in this configure method, it uses the default login and logout details. Let's start this Spring Boot application. Start. Here we see Spring Security API is highly flexible in terms of allowing programmers to customize login and logout details. And open the Chrome browser to test. Go to http localhost 8080. And you can see this is a default login page provided by Spring Security username and password. Let me log in with a valid username and password. Here we go. I have logged in successfully. This is a product manager application that allows users to manage products, create new product, edit, update, delete based on user roles. As you can see in this project, it makes use of Spring Security API for authentication and authorization. Now let me show you how to customize your login page with Spring Security. Instead of the default login page that looks like this with the username and password, now we want to use our own login page with email and password. So in this configure method, after from login permit all here, we specify the login page. This is a URL to the custom login page /login, and we need to configure Spring MVC view resolver to map this relative URL to a view template, to a view name. We have the controller class here. We create a symbol handler method to map the relative URL for the login page /login public string login page return login. And this is a view name template. So in the template directory here, we create a new HTML file for the customized login page. Login. Next, finish. Save all the changes and change the title of our customized login page to login company, my company. And we have a div section here. Heading 1, login to my company. Okay, save. Now let's test the application again. You can see this is a customized login page. And now let's write code to add necessary fields, email and password. We have a form here. This is a login form. We use template template, so we delete XML namespace here. XML namespace th equal http template.org, and we specify the action for the form is by default Spring Security. We processes the login which is URL / login. The method is HTTP post method, and we have the email input type equal email, name equal email require. Save. And in this project I'm using Spring Boot developer tools and live reload extension in browser to take the advantages of the automatic restart and automatic reload whenever I make change to the code. Refresh and you can see the email field here, and do the same for the password field. Password input type equal password, name equal password require. And we need to have a login button, submit button for this form. Input type equal submit value equal log me in. Okay, and you can see we have a customized login form here, login page here. That make the form center. So I use some CSS sheet here. Style max width for not pixel and margin 0 auto. We make the form center, and you can see it is center. Also the heading, and you see. So I have a customized version of the login page here, and I use email instead of username. And because we use email which is different than username, so we must specify the username parameter here. Username parameter here is email. This name must match the field name of the input type here. Input here. Now let me update the username in the database to use email. Admin gmail.com, Alex at hotmail.com. Apply. Finish. Now let's test login with email. Name hm at codejava.net. Log me in. We got an error. Name hm codejava.net. Login page, username, parameter. Oh, sorry, I must save this file. Now login again. Refresh, view the page source, and you can see. This is the page source here. And you can see Spring Security automatically inserts hidden input to prevent CSRF attack. Now login with email. Name hm codejava.net, password codejava. Here we go. I have logged in successfully with email and password. And in case you use field name for password different than password, for example, I use the name or the pass. So in the security configuration file configure method here, we need to specify the password parameter here, more the pass. Save the changes. And now let's test login again. View page source, and you can see the full name of the password field is modabas. And now let's log in. Admin and gmail.com password. You see, I have successfully logged in, and click logout. And in case you use different URL for the login processing, for example, use the URL /do login. So in the configure method here, we need to specify the login processing URL here. Login processing URL. which is do login. That's it. Save the changes. View page source, and you can see now in this form I use the customized login processing URL, username and password, and let's try to log in again. Alex at hotmail.com. Alex. You see I have logged in successfully with the username Alex. That's how to customize a login page. You see we use some methods here: login page, username parameter, password parameter, login processing URL to customize the login page. So I have demonstrated how to customize the login page and login processing URL. And next, we will specify the default success URL. Logout, the default success URL appears when the user logins from a page that is not secure. Let me modify the application to allow the home page to be accessible to everyone. And make sure this is a home page. Permit all. Save the change. This is the home page, and you see the home page is now accessible to everyone. I don't have to log in to see the home page, but to create new product I need to log in, and I log in, and you can see after login successfully it will redirect me to the new product page here. You can see because previously I tried to visit this page. Wow. And now I am in the home page, and I try to log in. Next, and you see it redirects me to the page before. Now I want to display login success page in case the user login from an unsecure page like the home page. So to do so, I specify the default success URL here, /login underscore success, and I need to create the corresponding view template here. New other HTML file, login underscore success. Next, finish, and change the title to login success to my company. Here we use timelift XML and STH equal HTTP timelift.org. And in this login success page, I only show a welcome message. Welcome. This is a timelift syntax to display the value of a variable right inside the text. HTTP submit a request a remote user. This will display the username of the logged in user to my company, and I will create a MVC configuration file to map the URLs with the view name MVC config. The superior interface is web MVC configurer. Okay, finished, and we override a method. Source override implement method. Add view controllers here. Add view controller. This is a URL login underscore success and map to the view name. Set view name login underscore success. Okay, save all the changes we have made so far. Now let's test. Now I log in from the home page. This is the home page, and I log in. Next, we will an error page login success. Yes, HTTP 404 not found. That means the view name login underscore success is not found. Let me see web security login before login underscore success URL here. And we see. Sorry, I need to mark this configuration class with a configuration annotation. Now login again. And you see, this is a default login success page. You see, welcome msm.java.net to my company. Logout, and in case you try to log in, for example, you go to the home page and you click create new product, and it requires login, and when you log in from here, after login successful, it will direct you to the create new product page. For example, let me, you see, it doesn't show the default success login page. So that's the meaning of the usage of the default success URL in the login process. Next, let's see how to customize the login details with the failure URL. Yeah, you see. And let me log out first. When I enter wrong username or password here, and it redirects to the login page again with this parameter. And now I want to customize the login error page, the failure URL. I want to display a customized message when the user fails to log in. So here we specify failure URL. The URL is, for example, login underscore error. And similarly to the login success, we need to add a view controller here, login underscore error, and the view name is login underscore error, and we need to code HTML for that view here. Okay, the file name is login underscore error. Login failed, and we display a message. Sorry, you failed to log in. For example, save and test. Now I try to log in with invalid password. And you can see the customized login error page displays here because we specify the failure login URL here. Failure URL. We can also specify the success forward URL to do actual processing after login successful. For example, let me show you. Here we specify the. Let me see. Success forward URL, which is login success handler. And in the controller method, we need to code a handler method to handle this URL. Let me show you with HTTP post. So we use post mapping here. Public string login success handler. In case we need to do some actual steps after login successful, and finally we return the user to the login to the index page, the home page. Login success handler. We can do actual things after login success here. Now save the changes. And try to log in again. Create new product, email, password. And you can see I am redirected to the home page instead of the new product page. Yes, because I use the login success handler here, and you can see in the console view it prints login success handler in here. That means this method is invoked after the user has logged in successfully. And that's the purpose of the success forward URL, and similarly for the failure forward URL. Let me show you in this configure method. Here we specify the failure forward URL. This is the URL which will be forwarded in case the user login unsuccessfully. Login failure handler. And in the controller class, we create a handler method here for the login failure handler URL. Login failure handler, and we return to the login page. Login error. In case we need to perform some actual steps after the user failed to login failure handler. That's it. Save the changes and we test the login failure forward URL. Try to log me in. You see the login error page here, and in the console view you see login failure handler what printed here. So that's the purpose of the failure forward URL. Or instead of using success forward URL or failure forward URL, we can use the success handler or failure handler. Let me show you. So we need to delete these two handler methods, and in the configure method here we delete the success forward URL and failure forward URL here. For example, we specify the success for handler here. For simplicity, I create a new anonymous class here, new authentication success handler, and we can write the actual code which will be execute after the user has logged in successfully here. For example, authentication get name, string name, and I print out the name, logged in user name, and in this on authentication success method, you see it takes parameters HTTP submit request, HTTP submit response, and the authentication object. This method on authentication success will be called after the user has logged in successfully. And finally, after performing actual things, we need to send the user to send direct send to the login success login success page, for example, and save the changes and test. Test login successfully. Create new product, email damaged, and you can see in the console view it prints login user and following by the email of the login user. So that's the purpose of using a success handler like this. And similarly for the failure handler. So we do the same here. Failure handler, new authentication failure handler, and we write the code in the on authentication failure method here. For example, print something, login failure, and finally we direct the user to the login error page. Send redirect login underscore error. That's it, and save the changes and test again. So you see, with Spring Security APIs, it's very flexible, highly flexible to customize various aspects of the login process, login details. Now login, enter wrong password. And you can see in the console view it prints login failure here. That means this failure handler is invoked. Next, let me show you how to customize the details of the logout process. First is a logout URL. As you can see, by default, login logout URL is forward slash logout here. In case we need to use different URL, we can specify the logout URL in the Spring Security configuration class here. Okay, for simplicity, I delete all the code I have written so far for customizing the login. Okay, delete all. And for the logout process, logout details, we specify the logout URL. Yeah, which is also do logout. And in the view template file, you need to update the logout URL accordingly. Yeah, this is the logout button. So I change the logout URL here to do logout. That's it. Save the changes. And you see the default login form of provided by Spring Security appears again. And now let me log in. Now, Alex hotmail.com. Alex. Let me see. Alex hotmail.com. Delete this line to require the user to log in to every page of the application. Alex. Here you see the logout button here, and view the page source. You can see the logout URL here. Do logout and click logout. That's it. That's the purpose of the logout URL. And the logout success URL is used when we want to have a customized page to display a successful message after the user has logged out successfully. As you can see, by default, Spring Security displays the logout message here. You have been signed out. Now we want to specify our customized page for Logout Success. Logout Success URL here. Logout underscore success. And we specify MVC view mapping here. Logout underscore success, and the view name is also logout underscore success, and we copy and paste this, copy, paste, change the file name to logout success, logout success, change the title to logout success from my company. The logout success message is, for example, goodbye, see you again. Okay, save the changes. And now let's test login again. Login. What happened? Logout success URL here. Maybe login again. Logout success. Sorry, we have to append S here. Okay. Now login again. Next, and click logout. Logout underscore success. Set view name logout success. Oh, sorry, we have an HC letter here, so I rename. Here you see. Okay. You see, now we see the customized logout message. Goodbye, see you again. Very good, right? Similarly to login success handler, we also can specify a handler for a logout success. So in this Spring Security configuration method, we specify logout success handler here. This is a relative URL. Logout handler. Sorry, it must be logout success logout success handler. We must passed in the Logout Success Handler anonymous class here, and we write the actual code in the on Logout Success method here. System Logout succeeded, logged, and finally we redirect the user response. Send redirect the user to the Logout Success URL. Okay, save the changes and test again. Login with Alex. Click Logout, and you can see in the console view it prints Logout succeeded logged. Yeah, that means the Logout Success handler is invoked and the onLogout Success method is called and the actual code is executed. That's the purpose of the Logout Success handler. And lastly, we customize the logout link. Instead of display a logout button, we want to display a logout link. You can see by default, we must specify a logout button because Spring Security only handles logout with HTTP post method for security. Let me delete all this. Delete this Logout Success handler. And as you can see in the logout form, you press search here. In the logout form, you can see Spring Security automatically inserts a hidden field to prevent CSIF attack here. So the methods must be HTTP post. You want to use hyperlink for the logout. You must disable the CSIF attack and CSIF here. It is enabled by default and you need to disable. And in the view in the template, you can use hyperlink instead of a form. Here, let me show you to use a hyperlink for the logout. I sign out th do logout. That's it for the hyperlink for the logout. And now let's test logout. You can see we have the sign out hyperlink for the logout here. Click here to sign out. We got an error here. Let me see. Okay, no problem. So you can see Spring Security is highly flexible, allowing us to customize login and logout details. Now I log in with user Alex and click the sign out hyperlink here. You see, goodbye, see you again. But it is not recommended to disable CSRF because it is security risks. So how to use logout link while still using CSRF? Delete. To do so, let me show you how to use a logout link instead of logout button. We must still use this logout form, but make it hidden by using time-lived syntax th hidden equal true, and we use JavaScript for the hyperlink. Logout. We use JavaScript to submit this logout form, and so we need to specify the name of this form logout form. And here we specify JavaScript logout form dot submit. This way we can still take the advantages of attack prevention provided by Spring Security. Okay, save the changes and test again. Login with user Alex. And now we can see the logout hyperlink here. And if we execute JavaScript to logout, you see. And let me log in again. View the page source, and you can see the generated security token by Spring Security here, and we can still use the logout link. Yeah. So that's how to customize the logout details with Spring Security APIs. So far you have learned how to customize the login and logout details with Spring Security APIs. You see, Spring Security is highly flexible. I hope you will find this video helpful. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Thank you.